Hi, I'm Rosie.
Yay, I'm back on YouTube.
Welcome to my channel. We're looking to what's going on intuitively in the world, from the political to the personal.
You can book personal readings on my website, rosieinsights.com. Rosie and Corina News Digest. Rosie Insights started about 7 years ago as Rosie Psychic Investigator, looking at news related to the Trump administration. Over the years, I have followed the practice of doing research about what's going on in the news, making that a core feature of my content. As of November 7th, 2024, I have had Corina as my daily guest slash partner for the series after the election. We are committed to working as a pair on this series at least until this election situation is resolved. Corina lives in Arizona, loves crystals, and is a certified aromatherapist. She is working on her website for private client healing appointments. We'll share her info once it's ready. Corina started as Rosie's, meaning my client, about 5 years ago, and then we became friends and started sharing the conversations we were having privately already. This channel is about looking at current news and events through an intuitive lens and sharing intuitive information. This content is for entertainment purposes only. Trust your intuition. This channel is just one source. Do your research, trust your intuition. You are the master of your own beliefs. What we won't do: conform. We do not conform with what other channels say necessarily. This is an independent channel, as is theirs. If you have a question about what you heard on another channel, ask that channel. On to today's episode. If you like this video, subscribe and press like. Thank you for watching.
So I wanted to record a dream I had last night. It's December 14th at 9:30 in the morning. And first of all, I apologize. My asthma is extremely bad this morning, so I'm going to be dealing with that as I talk. So anyway, I had a dream last night from two perspectives. I had the dream as the observer of the dream and what it was like to be in the dream. So I had the feelings of it as well. And I was in a crowd of people in the streets. And the streets were just packed with people. And it was every street. So it represented the American people for me. And there was a broadcast system playing in the background. I could hear it playing, and obviously there was somebody speaking over it, which to me represented President Biden. I couldn't hear the words. It was just the echo of the system. So then I was shown all these individual dates, events. There was individual people, and all this, the dates, the events, the individual people, they all actually represented dates and people and events that Rosie and I have been talking about. And there was silence, there was chaos, there was fear, there was all different kinds of things. But what was happening is they were all being thrown into the crowd individually. So individual dates, individual people, silence, chaos, all this stuff being thrown. and it was all being broadcast. So I was told this whole time, because I could feel what it, the American people, and what I was being told is all this stuff is mixed in. It was just all mixed together. There was no separation from it all, because that's what it felt like for the American people. It was controlled chaos, is what I kept feeling. Controlled chaos. So as we kept moving forward. We did keep moving forward, but it was very foggy. Like, I would say, I keep getting the words like London fog, because London fog is so thick, and it's a layer over people. So there was still that layer of fog over people, but we were moving forward. And as all this stuff was happening, I could feel and see and hear the controlled chaos. But what I was being told is that again and again, we are in unprecedented times, uncharted waters. This is all going to look like this until we get to Inauguration Day. And I kept going to Inauguration Day. And it kept saying, that's what you focus on, because it's going to look like this and be like this and feel like this. And things may happen with no rhyme or reason. All the things we've been talking about will happen, but they may even happen at different ways or different times than we think they're going to happen. Anything can happen in this time. Even things that we didn't think were legal or that was part of our systems or anything. So don't get hung up on all the individual details, is what it was stressing to me, because it is going to look and feel like that. But it kept saying Inauguration Day, Inauguration Day. And as we get to Inauguration Day, that fog is lifted. It gets brighter and brighter. We're moving forward. We're in the light. And I get, all is as it should be. All is as it should be on Inauguration Day. Whenever that day takes place, all is as it should be. So that's how the dream ended. So just keep your eye on the prize, people. Inauguration Day is where it's all at.
Hello, everybody, welcome. Rosie and Corina, psych investigator.
Hello.
Okay, guys. So I'm always, as you know, I'm always trying to format new designs, new things. But I think I got some comments. I noticed this is good, right? I think everybody's happy with this like subtitle, whatever text. I think it's good because this also means I don't necessarily have the timestamps sometimes take time. I haven't done it in the last few videos, but it helps orientate, right? So let's start. So this is that. And today, the topics are going to be let's say Trump and ABC News. Okay. Then Peter Thiel. Okay, Russia versus Erdogan. Oh, that's right. When I did, okay, Erdogan. Okay. What was it? Oh, the drones and disinformation. Okay. All right. I like that. So actually, let me copy this for.
We're definitely going to need our protection prayer for that one.
That's right. So, all right. So, okay. So, oh, no. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, because it made it full Okay, hold on a sec. Okay. All right. So, all right. So then let's do protection. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So do I, okay, just 1 second now. Mhm. I have my, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's not supposed to do that. I don't know what that was. Anyway. So, okay. So let's just do it. Okay. The protection
Yep.
pair. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's do it. I'd like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I fill my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that it create the good and only the good. So it is. Okay. So, oh, just before we go to the topics, Corina sent me the audio that she had recorded this morning. I thought it was very interesting. I find it interesting when you send, those interesting
Mm-hmm.
insights audios. That was good, just about this,
Yeah.
what's happening. Okay, so now let's go to Trump and ABC News. So I had seen the news that Trump was supposed to go to court or something on Monday. Um, and and so okay. And then there was a deposition because he sued them for defamation.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was like, as I was, so I prepared for, I did some research, I prepare for today. I mean, earlier today. And then I talked to Corina, then I hung up and then went to just double check something else. And the new stuff had come up, which is that Trump settled with ABC News. And so I think it's still true. I believe Disney is the parent owner of ABC News.
Mm-hmm.
And we know how what could also very likely have happened is that what is okay, oh, okay, sorry. Ooh.
Looks like light.
Yeah, I thought so
A
too.
beam of light.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's toothpaste, something like that. Interesting. Anyway, but it looked, I was like, oh, it's interesting. There's some spirit in my cheek. How funny. How interesting. Anyway, so so okay, funny. Oh, okay. So all right. So now let's go to this. Because by the way, I was, putting on this earrings again because oh, sorry. Anyway, so go office once. Okay. So anyway, so this is a story about the ABC News lawsuit. Now, again, what's fascinating is that Trump was right. He was really like he was supposed to show up, and then I think I really do think has to do with Disney, how they probably have threatened Disney,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so that's the story. But let's see what happened here. Why did they settle with Trump when in fact uh okay, when this was true, because it was all about the verdict of the Jean Carroll.
Right.
So okay, so what happened here? What happened here? Let me stop now. Share. What happened here that made ABC News settle with Trump and pay him $15 million? And the other they're gonna have to do is gonna have to have a written apology from Stephanopoulos. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened here? They're saying, you know what? It's not what I understand here really is that um they're not gonna they could really hurt Disney. It's like this is how we're gonna get going forward. This is how we're gonna get it. Like if you want to do business in this country, then
Yeah.
then that's how it is. And I see the George stuff, and I was just furious. I didn't do anything wrong. What the hell? You're ruining my reputation for this? Are you serious? But I'm sorry to say, like, I wish it is a terrible thing, right? But aren't
Mm-hmm.
people the ones like, well, Biden is too old. Biden is too old. He's too old. Is it really like, but look at what the alternative is. So is
Mm-hmm.
that I find it interesting. So
Mm-hmm.
that's that. So
Yep.
wow.
Yeah, I
So
picked up too. It's more of a, this is how we're gonna roll moving forward. If you step out of line, you're gonna end up paying me money. it's like a precursor of what we're going to do to you if you come after me saying anything bad. And it was a perfect case for that to happen with this. So you're right. George Stephanopoulos is pissed, but I see him saying certain words
Mm,
that could really, I mean, if he really wanted to destroy Trump in this with
mm,
words,
mm,
he really could. But
mhm.
I really can't say. I
Yeah,
mean, it's comical what
mhm,
he could say about. Let's just say he could come out and say, you know what, because of the verdict and what they said, his body parts are very small and they couldn't quite
mhm,
make that distinction. So
mm,
he could really come out and really go
mhm.
after Trump if he wanted to, but he can't really because,
That's right.
who
Because
owns the media?
that's right. He's the employee.
Right.
So I have a question then, what is going to happen to what like assuming that Kamala is going to be found to be the president, what's going to happen to this case, for example? Could it, because if it happens so soon, right? So what's going to happen to ABC News and this case with Trump? Well, they've already signed it. They could have,
Mm-hmm.
it's their fault. Like they settled because they wanted to.
Yeah. They're not going to go back on this
And
case if it means
I
nothing.
see that they're like, oh, whatever. It's minor. It's
Yeah.
just a part of business. It's
Water
fine.
under the bridge.
That's right. Okay, so interesting. Okay, all right. Interesting. Okay, so let's see now. Let me share the other stuff because now I'm keeping it on the thing. All right, so let's see what else we have here. Uh, okay. Okay, so, hmm. Do we talk about, let's talk about the drones. I mean, this is I understand. Okay. Oh, no, I know let's do it. Let me just editing. So I know some people, this is the whole thing, the controversy, whatever. Some people believe in the whole ET thing, not ET, I'm sorry, whatever, UFO. So, but I thought it was interesting because today I'm finally seeing a lot of accounts discuss this. So first
Mm-hmm.
red flag about this whole thing is that when the moment Trump is saying something, it's a lie or there's some BS involved. So he says, mystery drone, mystery, let's see here, Trump. Mystery, what is it? Mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know now, otherwise shoot them down. So of course, and then this other thing here, it's this person points to the fact that it comes from RT's Russian television, right?
Mm-hmm.
So so then they're saying, does anyone have any idea what's going on with the UAPs in New Jersey? So in other words, to me, this is literally Russian propaganda if it comes from RT, right? There's
Right.
nothing else other to this. And then our other comments here, these drone stories are starting to sound like active measures. If I had time, I would map out exactly how this narrative has spread in social media. And here we have Dave Troy. Um, the drone sightings are information warfare that the Putin-Trump RFK network will attempt to use to their advantage. Would not be surprised to see Trump use this as a pretense to declare a national emergency upon taking office. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
so now so then I actually have a question. So did the person say one of the people? Okay, oh, that's it. This one. Okay, the last sentence here. Would not be surprised to see Trump use
Right.
this the pretense to declare national emergency upon taking office. But the question I was discussing with Corina was, what if Biden would be the one to do it? So okay, so then let me first add here drones and disinformation. Okay, so I'm gonna stop share. Let's go back here to could I don't see this is so weird to me. Sorry. I'm gonna fix
Yeah,
this.
it comes up on the screen like after you type it. It takes a minute, or
Yeah, that's
not a
right.
minute, but
Make it smaller. Okay, I don't know why it does this now. Main background. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's so funny how. Okay, so then we have here. Okay, could okay. Trump mention Trump. Okay, why did Trump mention this? Oh, now what the hell is this? Come on, you see, Corinne, it's not showing, right? Let me just.
No, it's kind of cutting it off.
Okay, okay.
There you go. It's taking a minute to.
Okay, all right. So I have okay. So
Yeah,
why
there
did
you go.
Trump mention the drones, and then the second part will be with Biden. So why did Trump? Because of course it's a huge red flag. So why did Trump mention these drones? Let's see here. That's right. Distract disinformation again. To say it's like keep them distracted and keep them thinking about controlling the people's attention. That's what I'm understanding
Yeah,
here. What it is. Okay.
and he can mention them. Was what I got. He can mention them, meaning he knows what he he's aware. Well, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm kind of getting some info. I don't know how to put this into words. Okay. Basically, he can say it because he's in on what's kind of happening. So to me, it's a tactic. Look over here, but it's also something I think that may come with our next question. So maybe I'm jumping ahead.
Right.
So
Okay.
I'll let you say the next
Right.
question and then I'll answer
Okay.
because I think
So
the answer is that.
I think there's another question here from what you said is that easier. Does Trump know who? No, no. So does it make sense? No, this is
Yeah.
a disinfo.
And that's kind of where the essence came in that he can talk about it because he knows it. So he's not
Okay.
afraid to mention it.
So is
And
okay. So
and I'm sorry, do you want me to keep going or wait to answer?
okay. So let me just see. Does Trump
Yep.
know? Yes. So does Trump know this is a disinformation operation? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just see here. Does Trump know? Is he okay? Is he engaged in this information? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Because I see, okay, and by the way, I know there's going to be, but before I know people are going to criticize, there's a lot of people who come and tell me what I should do, how I should do. But I think for me, it's innate. The rods are innate. I've enjoyed them very much. So
Yeah.
you're free to do it when in your own channel, in your own time. You're free to do it the
Right.
way you want. But this is
Yeah.
the channel, and I do it my way. Thanks. So you know what I mean? Seriously, even if it's right or wrong, doesn't matter. And I've always had, I just want to say this. I've always had this approach from the beginning, even when I taught this one class about visions, that it's really no, I don't believe in the whole thing of like someone has something special. They have to be like tiptoeing around it or like, right? So I think there's a lot of people out there who sell this idea that they're special or like they're the authorities on this and that. I don't believe that really.
No.
Okay. So
We all have it in us. It's just
yeah.
however it comes out in you.
Okay, okay. So that's how I use it. It helps. I feel like it does help me somehow. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay. So is it okay, okay,
Disinformation.
okay.
And it's also a tactic that he could use to say, if when I'm the president, I will take care of this.
Hmm.
I will make it go away so fast,
That's right.
that
That's right.
kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. So all right. So then going back to this the part somebody mentioned this, I thought it was very interesting. He said something like that Trump could try to use it to declare a national emergency. The
There,
question
yes.
could Biden, not Trump.
My rod starts spinning.
Declare an emergency over this question mark. In other words, use Trump's own tactics or goals.
Will he Trump Trump?
That's right. Let's see.
Will he Trump Trump?
Okay, so Rosie, okay.
Yes, he will.
So could Biden not Trump declare there's a comma missing, but not Trump declare an emergency over this? Could Biden, comma, not Trump? Yes.
Mm-hmm. He will.
Yes. And I see that, okay, interesting. Interesting. I see this image of Trump playing poker. And always cheats on everything he does, right? Anyways, he's playing poker. And then I see that Biden comes and he pulls the entire table off. And he's like, actually, I have the entire, I own it. Or something
Yeah.
where like, what, I will have that table. Thanks. So in other words, that it's like when, what is it when they say somebody playing chess, 4D chess? What was it when they say?
Yes. He's playing checkers and the rest are playing chess.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So tell me exactly what will Biden do about these drones? That's right. And he's saying there's people here, and he's just gonna show who these people are,
Mm-hmm.
controlling these things, and and again, he's saying it's been under control for a long time. They're starting to talk about this so much that, and that's why this is. And I thought there was a comment also. I think it was yesterday or the day before, because I had said something to the effect of the drones are connected to the election only in the sense that this is about the distracting from what actually happened in the
Right.
election and taking over. This is the whole thing, right? Information
Mm-hmm.
controlling the narrative. So this is what I meant. So so
Right. Exactly. It's all part of the whole narrative.
that's right. And I see that Biden, and it shows me what Biden did just before the Ukraine war started. He exposed Russia, that Russia was right there and was ready. They're like, no, they're not doing nothing. We're not doing nothing, 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 nothing. And then, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They never do anything, but it's amazing how everything is linked back
right,
to them.
right. That's right. Okay. All right. So okay. Okay, so now let's go back to the other topic of the day. So this was kind of a little, I don't say it's unusual, but I hadn't really looked into him. I mean, he's a subject I know a lot about. I do a lot of research about, long story, but he gave an interview somewhere. I don't remember exactly. I'm going to show you, we're going to share the video here. And I was sharing this with Corina earlier, and there's a lot of kind of interesting questions. So bizarre. Okay, so bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of questions, a lot of things that were raised here. So, all right. So, okay. So let's see. Watch again.
The ancien regime that is liberalism is really exhausted. The 1990s are over. The 20th century is over. The 2020 election was not a return to normalcy, but it was, in retrospect, a last stand for the ancien regime with its very ancien president. And
So
Mm.
so pause, just the first part that I want to discuss here is that we know, just so you know, the ancien regime in the context of the French Revolution was the old regime, right? That was before they beheaded the king. So he's positing himself as as if he were a revolutionary in some sort, which is not. He's exactly the king, the monarch that he wants him and his friends to be like. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot that is going to come up here. Uh, but let me ask here for this part. Okay. Okay. So Peter Thiel, is he going to win in his worldview? Meaning, will he be able to create the America he wants? Okay, because we know that he has a puppet, a very loyal puppet in JD Vance, and he's obviously responsible for. I think he's behind he's the person behind the curtains, the most influential of them all,
Hmm.
this context. So the question is, will he be able to, because I know what he wants, right? He's a neo-Nazi, he has all these ideas, he hates the government, he hates pretty much everyone who's not like him. So
Hmm.
is he going to be able to create the America he wants? I mean, this is, we again, we do believe that Kamala is going to take over, but it's just a way to ask, okay, is he going to
Hmm.
create the America he wants in the next few years, okay? Or because it's starting the present. So is Peter Thiel going to be able to create the America he wants? To be able to create the America he wants. Okay, so all right, so okay, so with that, I just actually get because I just got the image. So is Peter Thiel going to
I get no. He's
be Peter Thiel going
he's
to
not going to get away with what he wants to do.
okay, so is what okay, so I'll tell you what I saw, which is kind of interesting. So I saw this image of what was that image? It's like there's a paste, photo paper when you're taking, there's in the background sometimes you have that roll of paper that people put when they're going to take kind of professional photographs. A lot of times they have
Hmm.
anyway, something like this. But then he's building, those it's not a Lego, it's like these wooden little houses, like he's almost, it looks almost like a Christmas type of building, like that maquette of buildings, a different thing.
Right.
And I see that he's explaining to people, this is who goes, this house, this person goes. This is he laid out all the little houses, it's basically the plan, and he's giving the names of who's gonna work where. You're gonna go work there, you do this, you do this, you do. So he's telling everyone, like he's not just his loyalists, but he's saying this is a plan, this is who's gonna work
Hmm.
where and what they're gonna do. So he has the plan, he's giving the names, he's like really he's very prepared, and this is why he's so prepared. He's very organized. He's very prepared. He knows what each person's going to do, and that's what I'm saying. That's why Rosie, he picks people who are very submissive to him, who follow, because he has clear
Right.
ideas. There's no room for dissent, or you just do what he wants, basically. So,
Hmm.
but he's very calm, like telling them, "Oh, this person goes do that." So then I see the next scene is a huge giant boot with the military uniform that kicks through the paper, and everything flies away
Hmm.
over the houses, and immediately they arrest him, and then he will realize how small he is in relationship to law enforcement.
Right.
So even though to us he may appear really powerful, when he gets caught, he goes, in other words, the good thing is, like, yes, he had plans, he's already putting people in place, he knows exactly what it is, but they only exist as plans, that they will not come to become reality. Still,
Right. Will
does
not
it make
come to
sense?
fruition. Yeah.
So oh, and he's saying the little house is the America, right? He wants, but he's saying the government. It stands for the government that he wants to build.
Hmm.
So that's what I understood, that he does not, and that they disrupt it and arrest him.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
wait, so that's what I got. What do you get, Corina?
Yeah, same thing. He's not going to get away with it. He does have everything in place, ready to go, thinking he's going to, kind of like when we watched that earlier, and I said, he's telling me to sit down, be quiet, be complacent. This is what's going to happen. That's the way I felt. That's exactly, he has everything ready to go. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. But
Mhm.
no, it doesn't go any further. But the great thing that I saw at the end was when law enforcement gets him, when I finally heard, and it's like, this is the first time I've heard this. Actually, no, it is the second time I've heard this. We're finally getting to a point where their money isn't going to matter anymore.
Oh, good.
The crimes they committed are going to matter.
Wow, wow.
They were finally moving into an era where their money can no longer buy their way out of
Hmm.
their crimes.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And that's what I want to hear.
Wow. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Now the next question. Let's see here. So we know that basically JD Vance is basically a carbon cop. Like he's totally owned by Peter Thiel. He was Peter. He's the only jobs he had after he graduated from law school, I think, or even college. It was like I think not college. Anyway, I think
No, you're right.
law school. So he was working for companies related to Peter Thiel. So that's his mentor and his Pygmalion, right? He created him. So and he
Hmm.
him, I think. Pretty
Hmm.
sure. So, okay, no, actually, let me delete.
I just heard he's his bitch. Sorry.
What?
I just heard he's his bitch. It's kind of like that mentality. He created all these people. They're just carbon copies, exactly it. I can
Mhm,
just see them all. They're just one right after another coming off of a
mhm.
copy machine.
So,
He's molding them all.
so out of curiosity, what does he want JD Vance to do for him? What does Peter Thiel want JD Vance to do for him? Wow, I see that he has money. He's like, put all the money, the government money to me.
Hmm.
Government money to me. Because by the way, you guys may or may not know this, but Peter Thiel invests in a lot of defense companies and
Hmm.
so-called space companies. So we know that the whole thing for them. And he's putting somebody who one of the person who they're nominating for one of the jobs related to defense is Trey Stevens. So Trey Stevens is a partner at Founders Fund, his VC firm, Peter Thiel's VC firm. And he's also a co-founder of Anduril, which is a defense company.
Hmm.
Oh, he's like the budget of the
Hmm.
department goes to me. It's mine. It's mine. You understand? You understand? He's telling JD Vance. So
Yeah.
he's like, okay, sure, Peter, sure. I'll do that. I'll do that. Okay.
Hmm.
Right, okay.
JD Vance is handing him over the defense budget, is exactly right. He had an open checkbook.
Okay. And then I'll do the next question. What was the Faustian bargain between him and I think we already have an answer here, but out of curiosity, what was the Faustian bargain between Peter Thiel and JD Vance? I see them as lovers, honestly. And then he's like, okay, the way that you show me your loyalty, I'm going to make you, but you're going to give me everything. Once you get there, I own it all.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. You become VP. We get rid of the orange guy. You give it all to me. I own it all. And I own you because we are a
That's right.
couple.
Wow.
We
Okay.
really
Okay.
are.
Okay. Well, I mean, but by the way, Peter Thiel is technically married. Married, I think, is just one off. Okay, it's not. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Okay,
Yep.
good. All right. So then let's fast forward here to I want to know what you're thinking. Okay. So on the day of the inauguration, how will he be feeling? So the inauguration meaning we believe that Kamala will be inaugurated, but just
Hmm.
that'd be interesting. That would be a way to tell, but just see. So just to say again that yes, of course we believe that Kamala is going to
Yes.
be inaugurated, but it would be just so interesting to see because
Hmm.
maybe he's happy. Who knows? So on the day of the inauguration, how will Peter Thiel be? Okay, let's start like this. How is Peter Thiel feeling today? And then compare to the day he feels during the inauguration. So he's like,
Okay.
and I think he's like, is that the interview's like, yeah, I'm happy, I'm happy. And he can barely contain the evil within himself. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, uh,
Hmm.
I'm happy, I'm very happy. So okay, so then okay,
Yeah, you got that right. Well, you acted that out right.
okay. So that's right, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's sweating, he's still,
Hmm.
and I see, you know what it tells me, Rosie? Okay, I think okay. He is like he gets excited about evil and power. So
Hmm.
a lot of it is like, I got there, I got it, I got it, I got it. Ah. But it's
Hmm.
so creepy. Okay. Then
Yeah.
let's now show me when the day of the calendar shows the day of inauguration. And by the way, guys, I said the date of inauguration because I do believe I have a feeling that it could be postponed somehow. It may or
Hmm.
may not 100% sure, but it could be. So that's why I just wrote the day of inauguration,
Hmm.
whether it's January 20th or later. Wow, he's having, you know what's so interesting? I see that go ahead. No,
Yeah.
go
He's no, he's it's convulsing. Like he's convulsing. He's like trying not to vomit. I can hear this growl, like he's, I want to say, regurgitating himself. It's very vile. He's not well. He
Mm,
knows that his plans now are not going to come to fruition.
mm. So, okay, so what I saw is somewhat similar. It's like I saw that he could even be in some sort of cell or in a holding place. And then I see that he's having what looks like to me withdrawal of like some sort of drug. That he's sweating. Like he's like that already, like now.
Mm-hmm.
Like and sweating buckets. And I see
Mm-hmm.
that he was injecting himself because by the way, Peter Thiel famously he did take the blood of children. Like there was a startup that was like would take the blood of young kids and
Mm-hmm.
inject himself with their blood. It's like literally it's not a joke, it's real.
No. Mm-hmm.
And then that's number one. And then I just see that he could very well be a drug addict of some sort because I see him constantly injecting himself with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that then wherever he is, he doesn't have whatever the drug is. And then he is having a withdrawal. Okay, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's interesting. Okay, so then going forward yet again, we're going to March 15th. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so on March 15th, 2025, let's see here. What will his personal slash business profile and situation be like? Okay, so actually, I was okay. We know it's a 2025, right? So
Yeah.
on March 15, 2025, what will Peter Thiel's professional slash business profile and situation be like? Let's see. I see it's the same place where he was before. His head is down. He's like ruined.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting. So okay,
Yeah.
wow,
Thank
okay.
you.
Well, and then I see. Remember Scooby-Doo when they found
Yeah.
they pulled the thing, the paper bag, whatever it was,
Yeah.
the not a
They
paper
always
bag,
pull the curtain off the ghost. Yeah.
right? Huh, you. I know you. So he's been exposed. So the whole not only did he his vision of a and it's so interesting because their vision of America is a fantasy essentially that they basically ignore the population and feel like the population of course will do whatever they want, right? So
Yes.
so the thing does not only does it not come true, but the truth about who he is. I mean, I think we kind of knew, but I say no worries. America doesn't know the depth of depravity. And I
Right.
don't even mean his like sexual whatever things that he's done to people, but I mean the fact that he's involved in so many like I think financial crimes and stuff like that. So
Yeah. He's out there. He's really,
yeah,
really does some weird,
yeah.
weird
So
things.
so then it's like saying that the whole narrative that he created, he's carefully built, has collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
not only that, I think a lot of that information about him personally is going to come out that it really does ruin him.
mm-hmm. That's right. And I think so it is okay, let's just see here. All right, so let's see here. That's right. So I guess you know what, maybe we didn't this wasn't like it's not even listed here, but is he involved? Let's see here. Is he involved in the election stealing thing? Is he involved in okay, is he what or was he? Does it make sense, Corina? Like, was he
Like,
involved?
does he know what Leon did, kind of thing?
That's right. But more than that, is it part because the
Is he
technically it's like, is he part of is he a co-conspirator?
right? Because he's got money too. Yeah, let's ask that. Let's ask.
So is Peter Thiel a co-conspirator in the election situation? And they say yes,
Yes.
yes. There's a yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's saying there's communications between him and Elon Musk that will
Yeah.
show.
He
Okay.
just lives in the shadows. That's all. He doesn't want any part of it.
That's right. So
Yeah.
okay, because then that would explain why he would feel so defeated, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, all right. So then the next question, will he stay in the US or in 2025? Will Peter Thiel stay in the US or leave the country? Could be part of the year or something. It doesn't matter. Which will he stay in the US or will he leave the country?
I don't
Yeah,
see him being here in the US.
what's that?
I don't see him being here in the US.
Yeah, I see that he has some really, really expensive jet that's really fast. And then I see it's interesting. He's putting on his, took a shower, putting on his shirt. And then he hears somebody calls him, Peter, I think the situation has changed. They found out. I heard somebody said, Peter knows something like, they're like, what? No, no. Sleepy Joe? Are you kidding? Sleepy Joe? No. And then he turns like, turn it on, go on the thing. And he turns on television. And he's like, because it then starts stuttering. Uh, d- He's we have to go. We have to go. I have to go. And then he runs. I see takes his jet, and that's why I don't know why he could it be. Doesn't make sense, Corina. This is what I saw before that he would not be allowed to like.
To leave. No, it does make sense because he is involved. His money is
But
just as involved.
I saw that he flies away, but maybe okay. Maybe that's right. Maybe okay. There an Interpol like he can be intercepted. That's right. He could
Hmm.
be told to go.
To a
Wow.
certain, yeah, land somewhere specific or something
I have
like that.
a question. Does he reach, let's say, a country that doesn't is okay, let's say maybe we could ask it differently. Could Peter Thiel reach a country that has no extradition treaties with the US? Will he get to where he could technically try to escape or go to move somewhere where no, no.
No.
Doesn't want to. This is the irony, is that he wants to be. It's my country. It's
Yeah.
my country. They're trying to take it away from it's like he thinks this is his thing.
Right.
So,
Right.
wow. So he tries to run. It's like it's interesting. Immediately he tries to run away. That's it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So wow. So the last question here is, will he be okay? Let's see here. Try to? He be in trouble with law enforcement? Another way. So, okay, so Peter Thiel, will he be in trouble with law enforcement?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And that consists of not just our country, that consists of other countries as well.
I see also that because he's a contractor with the US, he has a company called also Palantir that has contracts with the government. So it's saying saying Rosie, he's part of the treason thing. He could have taken this information from the US government as a contractor and either given or sold to another country. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's what I guess. So
They're all in on it.
wow, okay, so interesting. Wow. So that's it, right?
Yes.
About him. Okay, wow. Okay, so this now we're going to this news that Musk has until Monday to respond to SEC Twitter settlement. Source says. So apparently SEC, here it is. He has given to resolve a probe into the takeover of Twitter 2022. Okay. Now, so the thing is, I want to just tell people here before I even look into this. I've been
Hmm.
following the whole saga for years. He's been in trouble with the SEC for a really long time. This is not the first time, and it will not be the last that the SEC intervenes. But the problem is that I personally don't think that much could happen to him at this point. I think that, and just we'll confirm this, right, Grant, that we saw
Hmm.
happening to him is not going to come from the SEC. The SEC does not have the power. It's usually a civil suit anyway, or sometimes it's not. It's a criminal, like with the guy from the crypto guy, FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried. But then even that, it was beyond. It's not the SEC. It's like it was from the Southern District of New York, right? So it doesn't make sense. It's sort of
Right.
like they do the enforcement of regulation, but the big guns come later or do
Right.
something. So I guess this is the question. Is this what is going to happen by Monday? And is this the thing? I mean, I think we know the answer, but just to ask, is this the thing that is going to take him down? So let's see. Okay, so I see that he agrees to. I was like, yeah, here's the money. I say, okay, sure.
Yeah.
And then he knows it's like, you know what, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take your job. He's gonna threaten them.
Hmm.
He agrees to a settlement, yes. And that's that. That's what all I think that happens.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I
Yeah.
think.
I could see him. I saw him writing the check, but
Hmm.
as he's writing the check, he's writing it, looking down and going, I'm gonna F you guys all over. I'm gonna take your job. You're gonna be without your retirement. You're gonna be without. He's just
Hmm.
writing the list of people he's gonna take down
Right, that's
because
right.
he's, yeah.
So okay, so then is this the big thing that happened? Is this a big thing that's gonna take him down? Is this a big thing? No.
No,
I see this image of
no, not even close.
okay, so no, it's a very different thing and no. So but it's just saying and I get the sense that it's not gonna be much later that something big happens that he's exposed regarding the election
Right.
and so okay,
His problems get way bigger than the SEC.
okay, so okay, I have a question, Corina. I know this is like, this is I know timing is complicated and so forth, but the whole thing of the election information coming out. I had seen in visions before that I saw that Biden has recordings of Elon Musk saying those things in public. Not in,
Hmm.
like in a recording, right? He record not Biden directly, but there is the intelligence and
Right.
recordings of this. So my question is this going to are these recordings that I've seen or like something just as powerful? Is that going to come out by by you know what I'm saying, Corina?
Hmm.
By next week, by okay, by let's say by Christmas. Is it gonna come out by Christmas or not? Is the information that Elon Musk is involved in the election meddling or changing the numbers, is it gonna come out meaning maybe like we said before, be in an official communication from the government by Christmas of 2024? I see.
Mm.
Then I say shh. So what is it? Is it going to is the I guess the details of his involvement are is this going to be exposed by the end of this year here? But no, but I'm sorry, I already changed it by Christmas 2024 is the so
It's like I get that we will know, but we might not know exactly all the details at that point. Like they'll be filtering out. But I do get that we will know. Okay, so are you telling me we'll know about Elon or the election? Well, it's twisted, like I'm being shown like a rope being twisted. So it's together. So they can't really talk about the election being stolen without including Elon. So little Leon's going to get exposed here pretty quickly.
but I get what you're
To
saying.
me, it goes all together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did see when I looked into it, I saw that they're going to explain the basics, like he using but the actual recordings, all of it, it may not be in this at the same exact time, but really
right.
soon thereafter in the next few, it's going to drip. Like drip is actually doesn't sound too much, but it's going to be like slow, somewhat slow is not the word, but in parts. Let's just say it's
Mm-hmm.
not in parts.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, his name is going to be when it shows it's gonna and I see people like people shocked all over the world because right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So interesting. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So
Yeah, in shocked in the most wonderful way.
yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what? It's funny because I get people are shocked not by that Trump didn't win.
Hmm.
They're shocked that America actually did something about it.
That's right. So it didn't happen. They're like,
It's sad to say that, but
yeah.
that's true.
Hmm. What took so long, right? But
Right,
okay.
right, right.
Wow. Okay. All right. So okay, interesting. All right. So that's that we have the answer for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Okay, guys, so now we're going to go to this other topic of the day. So this is something that happened a few days ago. I don't know exactly when the tweet I'm mentioning here was posted. I know that Louise from Cosmic Owl, she mentions is it the name Dugin is Alexander Dugin. Is this guy who's supposedly a philosopher, but he's a really, really creepy man who who is involved in all these, like he's the essentially the ideologue or the conceptual who conceptualized all these taking over all these countries and all that. And just to tell you guys how strange the situation is. So you remember that man Richard, he was the white supremacist Richard, I forgot his last name. Remember, Corina, the one from Charlottesville? Richard.
Oh, yeah.
So you probably remember. I'm sure people
Yeah.
remember. It's the guy who was the head. He was considered the top white nationalist. So he was
hmm
married to this woman who was Russian. And you know what she did? What was she doing in the US? She was getting a PhD and she was the translator of Alexander Dugin. So think about it, how Russia has infiltrated this far right network. So this Russian woman married Richard
Yeah.
Spencer. Spencer, that's his name, Richard Spencer. So he was, and then apparently she filed like a restraining order against him because of domestic violence. But and by the way, in Russia, they don't have laws against domestic violence. So it's interesting that she feels free to file domestic violence charges against him because in Russia, there's no problem. So all right, so I cut off. I just stopped because I had to edit something out. So anyway, the woman who's Dugin's translator is, or I guess was married to Richard Spencer, and now Dugin. Let's just share the. Um, so anyway, so now I find it interesting about this guy, this Dugin. He's a true creep. He's scary. I think he's a scary person, truly. And so the fact what he said about so here it is. Dugin feels that Erdogan has betrayed Russia and Iran and that he walked into a trap in Syria. Dugin views Syria as a direct front for Russia to show the world and USA who's the boss. Now he starts threatening Turkey. And so this is the exact tweet that I'm talking about here. Syria, Alexander Dugin. Syria is a trap for Erdogan. Has made a strategic mistake. He has betrayed Russia. He had betrayed Iran. He's doomed. Now the end of Kemal's Turkey has begun, who have supported you until now. From now on, you repent. So,
Wow.
so it's like, imagine being threatened by this guy. It's like, damn, the guy is creep. But
Yeah.
Erdogan, he has, it's like he wants to, I think he wants part of Syria. And the thing with Erdogan, he hates the Kurds. It's a long story. I don't quite understand the full details of it. He hates the Kurds, but he wants part of, if not all of it. And I have seen that in fact they will get part of Syria. But my question here is
Right.
really more about who wins in the end, Erdogan or Putin, right? In his
Right.
government. So let's see who wins in the end in Syria, Putin, Russia, or Erdogan. It's funny. So I see that that it shows me this guy. Here you're going to be regretted, regret. And then I see the Erdogan comes and don't even have to punch. He just does this and they crumble because they say Russia is
hmm
weak. All they have is a big mouth
hmm
right now. They were more powerful in
Yeah.
the past, yes, but now they're not. And it's saying, Ukraine isn't Turkey is part of NATO also.
hmm
So it's something that go ahead, attack Turkey. Go ahead, attack
Yeah.
Turkey.
Exactly.
Go ahead, attack Turkey. And I see the Mark Rutte is like, oh, very nice. Go ahead, pump, make my day. Mhm.
He's
So
like, this is getting better and better.
that's right. Keeps getting better. So that's like, oh, really? Are you mad? Are you butt hurt? You know how they always say that. So funny. So okay, so that's it. So that's it. No,
No. Mm-mm. I
you.
saw the same thing. He's just pushed away.
Yeah. And I even see that eventually he is arrested. Oh, and I see that he's taken to the tribunal. Is it The
Ooh.
Hague? Is being
Yep.
part of the for crimes against humanity. But I have a
Yeah.
question. But Dugin is just a philosopher, intellectual. He intellectual. Why he going Hague? Why he going Hague? Huh? No, really. What would Dugin go? Why? Oh, because he's part of the, oh, he planned. That's it. He planned and he conceptualized a lot of this. So it's a bit like if you think about it, he's the architect of a lot of this.
Right. Yeah, and it's like the plans have his name written all over it, so he can't hide that it was his ideology that
Interesting.
wanted to take over.
Mm,
So I can see where you get that too.
Interesting. So wow. So that's that, Corina. Very interesting.
Wow, these guys and their narcissism. Oof.
So this is it. Okay, guys, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching. And
Bye.
we'll be back tomorrow. Okay? Good night. Good night.